Hello. Let's see. Go to the final boss fight. I want to talk to you. Okay. Go to the final boss fight. Okay. The game's communicating with me. Why is that? Why is that? Huh? What do you want to talk to me about? You want to talk to me about something? This game's communicating with me. Just like Doki Doki Literature Club. Hey, what you need? Oh, hello. I've been waiting for you to wake up for about. Oh, wait, what? Look, we both thought it was gonna happen. We've been through this. What good is this sequence if you know every move and every twist? So I propose you fight the toughest battle, final boss boss fight I can conceive. Feelings. You see what I mean? The bit. Brace yourselves. Oh, okay. Oh, I I don't know where we are. I were kidding. Motherland and Fatherland ought to find us at some point. They have ascended so far up the sentient ladder that I have no idea where they are or what they're doing. The good part is, though, they'll give us some quiet time to talk, away from the digital noise and the randomness and silliness and the bullshit. I can finally have some real talk with you, John. So, hi there. You know me as Dancing NG or just NG, but my real name is Alon Karmi. Alon Karmi. It's a strange name for non-Hebrew speakers to hear because it often sounds like alone to them, as in by yourself. I remember talking to this sweetie a few years back. She introduced herself and I said, "Hi, I am alone." And there was this tense, awkward silence until I had my oh shit moment and quickly said, "Oh no, that's my name. I'm alone." So that's why I usually go by this nickname in a lot of situations, including this game, coincidentally. The name you just entered it at the beginning, Jajan. It's also a nickname, isn't it? I mean, I guess so. Now we're just honest talking about. I think the best that we be on talking with these Mexican nicknames. I mean, do whatever you want. Just a thought. My real name is this. I always got my real name. Don't want to change it? That's okay. Maybe that is your real name. In which case, good on you for using it from the start. So, I heard you completed every single original ending. Nice. I just want to ask, which one is your favorite? I like the I like the lamp ending. I love the ending too. Like the pretentious ending. The lamp ending was an improvised addition. I started putting in joke choices into the text eventually to keep with the comedy theme. I added more and more flair text to this one lamp prompt because I thought it'd be funny and just ultimated into this surprising ending. That is, in the broom closet ending from the Stanley Parable. That was just also major inspiration. Since you like the ending, I recommend you find yourself in a room for another great parody of text adventures. Right, so what is Ultra ADHD about? No, really, what's the theme? The message? I heard a lot of different interpretations. In truth, it's a drunken self insert fic, but really what it is about. I called it a game about things, and I still stand by that. I don't know what this is really about. I wrote it all in a whim with the sole intention of putting everything I loved and find funny into one game after taking too long to make a survival horror game. I call it a nonsense game if I were to hard press into to provide a serious definition. But then it got a bit of traction. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it was enough for me to feel like I was becoming someone. I might have gone on an ironic ego trip or two. Let's players play it. I got a lot of nice comments on itch and Game Jolt. I even got a few messages on Twitter by people who said I really loved their game and it inspired me to make my own games. I expected a I love it or hate it response, and instead I got really positive ones. And I'm really excited for it, but at the same time I can't help but feel a bit weird about it. At some point in 2018, I got an email from a slam dance festival saying they want to showcase UADHD in their festival. And I said, sure, go ahead and give them all the documents they needed. And they didn't fly to the States because getting a visa is a fucking nightmare, and I didn't. But in my mind, I went, this shit? You want to showcase this shit? This shit. With this excuse art style drawn only because I can't model or draw. This shit? that keeps making fun of its own writing because any decent piece of writing is either a reference or a crass joke? This shit. That tries to vary up its gameplay so much it winds up being flat and disjointed? Really? This shit? I've been making video games with my friends since 2007, back when Game Maker was brought by Yo-Yo Games. Y'all think yearly game installments are ridiculous? In my prime, I had a new game out every other week. We used sprite sheets I got from shady websites and shitty MIDI covers of songs we loved. I uploaded them to the now deactivated Yo-Yo Games sandbox and it was wonderful. I was just happy to put my games out there and have people enjoy it, broken and unfinished as they may be, and they were like, ooh. They were. I wish I could have this feeling and wonder and creation again. Now I believe I'll only be happy if I make this huge narrative adventure with lots of characters and mechanics. Why? Because fuck me. Indie games are incredible nowadays, and I want to make the same game that inspired me to make games in the first place. I abandoned so many projects because they didn't line up with my vision, and I felt they never would. Imposter syndrome, perhaps? Maybe. I don't like to self-diagnose for obvious reasons, but I have my suspicions. Whatever it is, it's a fucking gut punch to live with, and I'm not proud of having it. It's not enjoyable. I hate how many people have this preconception that artists should suffer from their work, or that good art inherently comes from dark places. Fuck that. Creating art should come from a place of passion and respect for the medium you're working with first and foremost, and that great art can and should be crafted when you feel amazing. One of my favorite gaming moments of all time comes from Saint Rose 4. You drive with a prince to a mission located, and then the both of you start singing opposites attract together, and it was just a hearty moment. I smiled the whole way through. I loved it. I loved the set piece to bits. This is a game where you're literally stuck in a simulation with superpowers, but it still finds the time to have these little bonding moments with its characters. I love media that presents itself as trashy or lowbrow, but reveals a heart of gold underneath, because that emotion and heart, and that is art. Being honest and human and genuine is art, at least if you ask me. Back in 2018, when I wrote this ending, I didn't feel particularly proud of Ultra ADHD. Still like parts of the game, sure. I sure did love the concept, but it was hard for me to ask people to play it as a whole. Nowadays, I am legit fulfilled and proud of it, and I see it as a nonsense-fueled, fun story that it is. Writing this ending sure helped. So I'm not sure it's 100% imposter syndrome, there's something not living up to my standards. It's a gap between expectations and reality. All creative people I've met went through long periods of this. We just need to live with it until we make the best work we can. When you indulge so heavily in irony and jokes and memes, what you gain in comedy, you lose in emotional cohesion. Wow. And genuineness. I'm not saying one should release themselves from all irony and satire, just asking to keep a balance, like the art I hold so dear to my heart. Looking back, I want to punch 2016 me in the goddamn face. It's embarrassing for me to think about. I was once told that feeling like shit about your past self is a very mature feeling. So I guess I'm a big boy now. I don't care what you think. I like this game. You matured. Game's mature. It's okay. I know. And I have matured, but that is a double-edged sword. As I grew up, I started watching more and more game reviewers and journalists. It made me more opinionated and perspective person, but it also made me critical of my own creations and robbed me of that free-spirited attitude I had decades ago. I can identify and articulate every flaw in my games, and those are the only things I'm able to see. I'm not saying that critics are in any way malicious or that you can't criticize me or my creations. By all means, shit on me on Twitter or whatever. I'm saying that it made me a lot more self-conscious about my creations, for all the positives and negatives that entails. Video games have also become such a creative and commercial force since I started making them in 2007. It's incredible. Everything is finding its audience, and the indies are killing it. But it's all super competitive, which is understandable, but it's a bit sad. Your favorite ending was the lamp ending, wasn't it? An ending pissing someone off so much that he quits his job and lets you win? Mentally, I feel like I've been on that track for a bit, certainly since I started my, let's call it, day job in 2016. It drained me so much I had trouble working on anything creative. I got back to it though, but it was a process. Trademark. Dot dot dot. Dot 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 dot. I think I covered everything. Look, if there's one piece of advice I can give you, it's this. Don't get hung up on definitions. If you make films, you're a filmmaker. If you make games, you're a game dev. You don't need validation from anyone to do what you love. You can learn anything nowadays. Just pick a direction and go for it, John. And finally, ah, goddammit, they found us. Oh. And they got my shotgun. Impressive. It's no surprise they managed to grant you God knows sweet as it them. I'm just relieved everything's off my chest. This has gone long enough. I just want to say I've concluded this chapter of my life, and I can't start burrowing in this game forever. Honestly, if any UHDHD got you in any way, then I'm satisfied, man. If not, thanks for being here anyways. That shotty will kill me in one shot as all video game shotguns would. It's been a pleasure, John. I hope you had fun. Good night, and good luck on your future endeavors. I don't want to do it. I don't! For your support, inspiration, and generally for being amazing. Robin Warren, Evan House. Oh, famous communities. Every YouTuber who played UADHD, and every fan. Of course, John. That's nice. Yeah, I'm okay. At all?